Hey everybody, today we're going to be going over the Kuat Sherpa 2.0 bike rack here on your 2021 Subaru Ascent. So the Sherpa is going to be an excellent premium bike rack option for two bikes. So we're going to have plenty of great integrated built-in features which really set this rack apart from its competitors. A few of these things which we'll go over a little bit more in detail later. We have integrated locks for both the bikes and the rack. We have a tool-free installation, and we also have a nice tilting feature. Let's go ahead and go over some of those more in depth now. One of the number one things I really like about this bike rack is that it looks really nice on the back of your vehicle. Therefore, you're actually going to want to ride around with the bike rack still attached in the stored position because it has a nice powder-coated finish here, which just gives it a nice aesthetically pleasing appearance. So the Sherpa is classified as a platform-style bike rack and a wheel mount in particular. Now you can use this with pretty much any bike that doesn't have a fender. However, if you have any expensive carbon fiber frame bikes, this is definitely going to be an excellent option because again, we're grabbing the bike by the wheel. Therefore, we don't have to risk any damage grabbing it by the frame. So we're going to get tons of premium features here with the Sherpa. Number one that I really like is the tilting feature with our bike still attached. So a lot of bike racks have the tilting feature so you can still tilt the bike rack away without removing it if you need to get into your hatch. However, the Sherpa allows us to do this with our bike still attached. Therefore, not only do we not have to remove the bike rack, we don't have to remove our bike as well. Let's go ahead and show you that now. So we're simply going to pull down on that lever there, and then it'll drop down and stop. We don't have to worry about it falling and hitting the ground. There is going to be a built-in integrated stop. And now we can go ahead and open the hatch here on our Subaru. And then when we're done, we can close it and then tilt our bike rack and bike back up into position, and then we're ready to hit the road. So in regards to security, you're going to be covered with both your bikes and the rack. Now we have this nice integrated cable lock here, which secures your bikes to the rack, so you don't have to worry about someone coming up and taking them off, or you're inside at a rest stop, or you're having a bite to eat. So the way this works is, we're going to have a little locking mechanism here on the platform. We have our locking cable. We would simply just wrap this around one or both of our bikes, feed it through the loop, and then we'd secure it in that hole there. And then nobody's going to be able to remove the bikes without the key to this lock. This lock here is also going to have a matching lock on the hitch pin. So they're both going to use the same key. We don't have to worry about having multiple sets of keys. So when we get to the trails, we're ready to take our bike rack, or we're just getting home from a long day of riding, it's super easy to remove the bike. What we want to do is we want to make sure we take one hand and firmly grasp the bike here, because we're going to be releasing this ratcheting arm next, and it can fall and hit the vehicle if you don't have a good hold on it. But there's going to be this nice easy to depress button here. Press that. You can move the ratcheting hook up and down. Now we're going to come to the back here. We're going to have our little ratcheting here. Simply just press that button. Remove the strap, feed it through the spokes, and now we're ready to lift our bike up and off. So now we got a couple measurements for you guys. We're going to let you know how much overall length we're adding to our vehicle with the bike rack in the down position. So from the back hatch there to the outermost point, you're looking at 34 1/2 inches. Now we're going to go ahead and fold the bike rack up, which is a nice storage feature if we don't want to remove the bike rack, because we're going to be using it soon, but we don't want to take it off the vehicle. We have this nice compact storage position. And this is also a time where you can really see the actual aesthetics of the bike rack here. It's definitely one of the better looking ones on the market here. We have this nice powder coated finish, as well as some painting, anodizes metal. Really just has a nice overall appearance. Let's get back to our measurements now. We'll give you the distance from the back of the bumper there to the outside edge here. Let's call that right at 16 inches. So in regards to hitch size compatibility, you're going to be limited to 2-inch only, but there are plenty of options for those hitches here in your Ascent. We also talked about the matching locks earlier. So here's the actual lock core. Comes with the hitch pin and locking lock core. So something else unique about this bike rack is the anti-rattle feature. So the hitch pin just simply secures the shank inside the receiver tube, but we have another mechanism here at the front. I can show you it, but there's actually a ball bearing on the shank there that presses up against the inside of the receiver tube, and basically what this does is it provides a much tighter fit. So we get that tighter fit by loosening and tightening this knob here on the end of the rack. By tightening it up, we secure the fit here, and it's much tighter inside the receiver tube. You can see by shaking this, we're actually shaking the entire vehicle. So it's definitely going to cut down on any rattle and excess movement, keeping your bikes and bike rack nice and secure to the vehicle. So in summary, the Sherpa is really one of my favorite bike racks. Kuat makes some excellent options here. Everything is top quality. You get all the premium features that you'd expect in some other brands such as Thule and Yakima. It's going to be great for your higher end bikes. Again, just to recap, it comes with locks for security of both the rack and your bikes. It has a brilliant black, or gray rather, powder coated finish. Basically, it just looks super nice here on the back of our vehicle. We're going to want to show it off around town. We have a tilting feature to get into the hatch, and that's pretty much it. So now let's go ahead and take our bike rack out on the test course so we can show you it in action.
This is our test course. Let's start with the slalom. This shows side-to-side action, such as turning corners or evasive maneuvering. Then, onto our alternating speed bumps. This shows twisting action, such as hitting curbs, potholes, road debris, or even uneven pavement. Last of all, the solid speed bumps. This shows up and down action, such as driving through a parking lot or parking garage, or driving in and out of a driveway.
And that's going to do it today for our look at the Kuat Sherpa 2.0 bike rack here on your 2021 Subaru Ascent.